No, and we do lots of hot topics about you-know-who, the fake billionaire.
Yeah.
But today we want to talk a little bit about a real billionaire.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. Guys, if you haven't seen this clip from The View, which I'm actually pretty sure that you haven't seen it because you guys are reasonable people who probably have a lot more sense than to be watching The View. Well, I'm going to show it to you because Whoopi Goldberg, after all of the trouble that she's been in, after all the trouble that she has personally caused for The View and for ABC, she just hasn't learned her lesson, and she jeopardized basically everything when she went on the air and called for a boycott against X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And now, because of her, the already very, very real and very serious battle between Elon Musk and Disney is going to go to the next level. And now, he literally has the opportunity to use every single ill-advised word that she's said on the air, and he probably will. And that could absolutely be the end of The View.
He's apparently the richest man in the world. His name is Elon Musk, and he's proving that money does not always seem to buy happiness because apparently he lost it during an interview at a leadership summit when asked about advertisers fleeing his website X over his response to anti-Semitic posts. Take a look.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company. And the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
Yeah, so we will document it in great detail. That's a warning that Whoopi Goldberg apparently doesn't pick up on, And if you're Elon, that's a pretty smart way to put it. For a guy that the left is going to tell you is just a complete dummy who's never really accomplished anything at all except for being rich, that's a pretty smart way to put it. Anyway, in case you guys don't really know what they're even talking about, a few weeks ago now, Elon tweeted an agreement basically to a post that the left has decided is anti-Semitic. Now, just for a little bit of perspective, their own followers and their own voters in the streets chanting chants, anti-Semitic chants borrowed from Hamas, that's apparently just free speech. That's just expression. That's beautiful, supportive democracy is all that is. But Elon agreeing with a post that makes the left basically rock some pretty strong mental gymnastics just to find a way to call him out, which of course they did. Now that, according to The View and others, is anti-Semitic. And then of course, along come Warner Brothers and IBM and Apple and many, many, many others to pull their ad money. They can't tell you why. They can't even quote the post. They can't explain to you the post and how it's wrong. But the woke mob has spoken. So these advertisers, these big companies, these giant corporations that the left will also tell you are evil, they're going to listen to that woke mob. And of course, the corporation that probably listens to the woke mob more than any other is Disney, which has already been battling with Elon against basically pretty much everything the man has done, all based on the woke mob's hate for just that one man and the free speech that he stands for. Sort of out of character, Elon even found a way to apologize for the tweet. He said it was probably the dumbest of all of his 30,000 tweets.
I'm sorry for that tweet or post. It was foolish of me. Of the 30,000, it might be literally the worst and dumbest post that I've ever done.
Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. But you guys see that. And I think you already know, but don't ever bow to the mob. Do not ever bow to the woke mob. Do not apologize. You can never apologize enough. You can never be woke enough. So don't even bother. Which really, if you listen to Elon's words, he's not exactly fallen on his own sword in apology. He didn't beg. He didn't grovel. Didn't do some reputation manager directed virtue signaling like most people do. He really does sound like he's actually just sharing some regret. But we'll see. Twitter, they're struggling. And if it does go bankrupt as a result of Disney and The View spearheading, some sort of boycott, I'm sure that the man will find a way to bring some pretty serious legal action. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had the power to bring down Disney themselves because, they're really not doing that much better than Twitter. Their stock is down 40%. And they're getting desperate. You can tell that they're getting desperate by just basically the quality of stuff that they're putting out. It's just straight pandering, most of the content that they're putting out these days. If he does bring them down, Whoopi will definitely play a role in that. And if that happens, ABC and The View, they're going to go with it.
It's disgraceful.
He's also not very emotionally intelligent. So when you were describing how someone can be brilliant on one hand, he's reactive and impulsive. So he cannot control his own response and regulate his emotions. But when he said that the advertisers would be responsible for killing the company, he's kind of disassociating with what caused the advertisers to step away.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is, he knows as a businessman that companies are responsible to not only their employees, but their consumers. And we live in a time of conscientious consumerism, when people want to put the one power they have, which is their dollar, towards something that matters, whether it's for good or against something bad.
Yeah, so I think what she doesn't realize is that people organically voting with their wallet and a concerted, slanderous effort by the media to cripple or destroy an opposing company or a person they don't like, those are not the same thing. But that said, what she's talking about is exactly what will affect Disney, ABC, and The View as well. But that's not what Disney is doing. They've been basically in a sort of a cold war with Elon Musk for years. They've even tried to involve themselves in SpaceX politics and control where they can or can't launch their rockets from. And now Whoopi, she seems to have made The View kind of the head of the spear for Disney.
Disgraceful.
Well, that's why you get off of it.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's still there, even if you're not on it.
Listen, but if you're not participating, it's a big statement.
Yeah.
It's a big statement. If you don't participate, then you are not complicit. You are saying this is not where I want to be. Yeah. So, join us who have stopped, because I don't want to be associated with that.
Guys, look at how short the memory of a leftist shill like Whoopi Goldberg really is. She wanted all the sympathy, wanted all the forgiveness when she made her own insane anti-Semitic comments, literally defended the Third Reich, saying that they weren't racist. And now she wants Twitter and Elon Musk basically destroyed over a tweet that needs to be twisted and turned in order to even be considered uncomfortable speech. Apparently, liberals believe that only they can deserve a second chance or some sort of grace and forgiveness. But that's all I got, guys. I thought you'd appreciate seeing that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.